came across internal documents after speaking with 200 people, and I figured out that Apple was investing, by 2015, $55 billion a year into China. So $55 billion is... $55 billion is per year. That's the investment. A lot of that is training costs for the employees in China. And the number of employees, like per Tim Cook's public estimate, right, is 3 million people are assembling iPhones and other Mac products in China.
But these aren't just low-level, like, oh, it's a million people doing
both. Lots of unskilled jobs, the ones that Howard Lutnick wants to bring back to America.
Yes.
Yep. And lots of PhDs at Foxconn.
Right.
Really sophisticated.
Right.
But my point is, like, lots of times people think there's great vocational training in China. The vocational school in China is Apple.
They've trained all these workers.
Yes, they've done a huge job. So let me just put the $55 billion in context.
Please.
I could not find any corporate equivalent for how much someone is investing in another country, so I had to go to government efforts. So you look at something like the CHIPS Act, right? Biden's flagship plan, let's bring chip fabrication back to America. That's $53 billion over 4 years, right? Another way of saying that Apple is investing quadruple what the Commerce Secretary called a once-in-a-generation investment in America. So that's nuts. And then you go back to the Marshall Plan, and you're thinking, okay, so maybe it's like half of the Marshall Plan, something like that. Like, that's going to be crazy. People are going to relate to that. So I take the Marshall Plan spending from 1948 to 1952, right? This is sort of like America saving Europe after the World War II.
Yeah.
And you convert it to 2015 dollars, and it's half the annual spending of what Apple's investing in China.
This is $130 billion in 16 countries.
16 countries versus one.
Versus one country.
Yeah, and it's not one, right? It's like the modern equivalent of the Soviet Union. Like, it's our biggest adversary.